My name is Carissa Rempel, and I am Willie Dueck's granddaughter. He believed in people very much, and throughout his whole history, he did a lot of things for community. He's started hospitals, he's started churches, he's started many different types of businesses. In the 70s, he was a farmer, and he noticed two needs in the community. So he noticed that other farmers like himself were losing a lot of valuable time on the fields because there was no place to fix their machinery. And then at the same time, he knew that there was a group of immigrants moving to the area from Bolivia, and they were all skilled machinists and were looking for work. So he said, I'm going to put those two things together, and I'm going to start a machine shop on my yard. It began as Vidir Machine on his farmyard, servicing various farm equipment. So one of the businesses that he had started was a home hardware type store. It was like a building center. His sons had taken it over. In the 80s, one of the products that was really popular, of course, was carpet. And they were having a lot of issues with dealing with the carpet. How do we store it? How do we display it? Willie decided with a couple of his team at his machine shop to come up with something to address this problem. And so he invented the first carousel. So essentially a machine that you can see all of the different carpet, you can have it rotate around, can have it cut and rolled at waist height. And so they put that into the home store of his sons, and within a few months, all of the sales reps who were coming into the store were saying, wow, all of our customers need this machine. Within a few months, that was selling into various other home stores across Canada, eventually sold into Beaver Lumber, which was then bought out by Home Depot, and the rest is sort of history from there.
Starting with maybe 4 employees, it just kept on growing and adding to it, and today we would say it is a company of 250 people, and so there has been steady growth.
We ship to over 42 countries around the world. We're in every Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart. We've sold machines to SpaceX, Blue Horizon. We do some stuff for Amazon, and then we also do stuff for all sorts of individual private companies all over the world. If I think about my grandpa, I think the biggest thing that he really demonstrated and emulated was his belief in human capability. Part of his legacy really is how can we find and unleash the human potential in our community.
Willie was a great manufacturer, mostly I think because he was a great person. With his entrepreneurial spirit, he was able to provide meaningful employment and provide jobs, and he loved providing jobs to people, especially people who might have some disadvantages. At first, he would just take a risk on anyone, and it seemed he was always rewarded. People always seemed to rise to the challenge and be even better than he had hoped they would be. Then, as a community builder, he would use some of his the resources that he had achieved in his business and donate towards senior homes and so on in the community. He was passionate about giving kids a chance to have good schooling, and so today there are thriving schools both north and south of the Canada-US border that are there as a result of his work.
I think that his legacy helps us guide what the values of our organization are today. I think we're the company who says where there's a will, there's a way, and we have that will, so then let's figure out what the way is. I think that's one part of it. I think he believed in people. I think we continue to strive to be the company that believes in people.
He was such an innovator. I think he believed that anything could happen. I feel like he always had ideas, and he always believed that more could be done and more could happen.
He could see the trees and the forest both. He never had tunnel vision. It was never, well, if this doesn't work, then we're stuck. It was always, well, we'll find a way and we'll make it work. And so he liked to have this play on his name, where there's a Willie, there's a way.
Even like a couple weeks before he passed, going to visit him, and that was what he wanted to talk to me about, was what was happening at Vidir and who was working there and how were they doing, because he cared about the people as well, very much.